this is the transmission that was spoken about earlier in a couple of posts back. And I'm just playing some 1122 hertz frequencies. But this will be a transmission and codes of, I'm hearing mainly Arcturian frequencies, but very much focusing on releasing blocks in our ear chakras, releasing blocks in our third eye, and just really heightening our connection to our senses, to our, I'm hearing innate frequency, which is beautiful. So yeah, whatever resonates for you is meant for you. Namo ashio ko ashao no nia namo kodomo dao dao aishia kodo mono nia nana no no nia no no. Iamo kodomo dio toto ashio kodomo kodo ashio kuku. Iyo kodomo no nia kao dao u kodomo nia shi. Namo kodomo no nia kodomo toto toto ashio kodomo toto. Iana nia kao do u kodomo toto ashia kiki. Kodomo no nio do 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 dio do do dio dio do 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 do. Ukodomo do do asho mo kodomo dio do do ashoku. Umo mau shi. Umo au shi oku. Uashi ashoku asho shomoko asho uashi oku. So I'm hearing these are first Pleiadian codes to actually expand our heart and our unconditional love capacity. I'm hearing whatever that means for you. The perspective of which we perceive ourselves and where we're at currently and where we're going is different from how our soul really sees us and how even the Pleiadians see us. So there's a merging happening of these frequencies for us to be more available to a higher state of our own consciousness. I'm hearing reframing the tragedy or the density which we always perceive, how we hear things, how we see things, how we remember things. It's how interesting. It's how we then allow our heart, our frequency, to come into the rest of our being, into our minds. So a lot of times we can be trapped in our brain and our thoughts and our beliefs. So this is a new exchange of frequency within our being, within these cosmic codes. And I'm hearing if you feel guided to help release any maybe ear pressure you're having, or if you're having trouble even popping your ears. I've actually been experiencing that a lot myself, and I notice it's a lot of the times when I'm getting really big downloads, it's almost like my ears feel like I'm in a new altitude. It's very interesting, but I'm hearing like how I just hummed into my ear space, into my head, like that can be a tool for us to help clear and bring in this heart-centered place into our minds, into our consciousness. Wow, shiaku ashao shao shiaku ananiaki ao kokoto adaldi. Yokotomo shao shiokotomo nonia tao tao. Okotomo nonia katao asho sho ashi ashao asho ashi ashao sho ashao. Iakato ashi asho mokotomo tiodo ashao di. Oao ashi ushomoko asho. Namokotomo nania nania kaudo ashimoko ashi. So this is almost like a I'm hearing like a fairy frequency, and they're here to help us ground this frequency. So it's almost like our hearts expand, we get this receive of new energy into our consciousness, into our crown, and then it cascades over us, going into our feet and then cleansing our lower energies. So it's grounding us, feeling the support of holding these higher frequencies, holding this, I'm hearing hope for the future. So I'm hearing, if you've been feeling like this weight on yourself, on your own life, I'm hearing specifically of how you want to show up in the world and sometimes not feeling like it's enough for how much I'm hearing chaos is happening. There is a need or an invitation to accept yourself from a higher state of awareness, and then allow that to become our reality of who we are, and how when we just embody this state of love or peace or whatever resonates for you of what you are connected to yourself, I'm hearing like there's it's a reemergence of how we show up in the world, and knowing that our every breath is helping humanity or the collective in a whole new way. I'm hearing we don't need to do a heavy lifting like we may perceive, like I need to do X, Y, and Z in order to really make a change. Sometimes that is the process or how it is, but I'm hearing from this state right now, we need to remember how powerful frequency is. I'm even hearing too, like allowing our teams to also kind of like tell us new ways of how to be more at ease and more authentic self without maybe the fear or the like rigidity I'm hearing of how to come across or how to be ourselves in a new way. And I'm hearing like they're helping us more than we realize sometimes. I'm hearing it's very like Pleiadian energy of like it's important for us to reconnect our frequency dial, kind of like radios. When we want to listen to a certain channel, we have to tune it to there. It's like reconnecting our antennas, if you will, of the, it's like this higher awareness. Sometimes we can have trouble discerning what our intuition is, or even just quieting ourselves out from the chatter of the collective or what's happening in our environment. I'm hearing it's almost like allowing our bodies and our energy to sink in a new way, like allowing that sacred space. And I'm hearing it's like releasing the patterns of self-criticism, self-judgment, areas where we lack compassion. It's almost like there's an old framework, and I see it as like spirals that go into our ears and then connect up into our brain. And I'm not sure if that's even how the anatomy works. It's probably not, but that's the visual I'm getting, right? And it's almost like there's these templates that I'm hearing, like the programming that what we hear, what we internalize, like those coils of programs or templates, they're dissolving. They are, and I'm hearing within our own timing of accepting that these are old programs, or that we choose a different thought or a state of frequency or emotion. But I'm hearing these codes are assisting with us becoming aware of those patterns, and how we can treat ourselves more angelically. I'm even hearing like more with more love. And I'm hearing it's like releasing this past. And I'm even seeing for some of us, there could be these cords or spirals of templates in our brains and our ears that are blocking parts of our consciousness from releasing maybe old trauma. But then I'm also feeling it like behind our heads and like this cord that connects us to the past. So I'm hearing like evaluate where maybe even you've been triggered lately, or just feeling discomfort or something like throws you a little the wrong way, or maybe where you go into self-protection and just pull up a block or like kind of close off. I'm hearing that that's where we can unplug from the past, unplug these levels of consciousness that hold more density, that then allows us, once we free that up, even by just saying, I'm going to be nicer to myself and stop saying such and such, or believing that I'm unworthy, whatever it may be for you. I'm hearing these codes will also help if you're wanting more clear audience, where you hear more, and maybe even more clairvoyance, where you see from your third eye and have visions. Like, these codes will help access more of those abilities if that's what you desire. Zaz is chiming in there. I'm getting a very specific message, so this may only resonate for some of you, or maybe all of you. And it's funny, I'm staring at the Starseed Oracle because I just did an Oracle reading, but I'm hearing the Arcturians say specifically, like, those of you who connect very deeply to your Starseed energy, whatever that may be, they're saying, like, when you long for your starseed family or to be somewhere else beyond Earth, it creates this dissonance, this disconnect I'm hearing of allowing those codes in, this frequency of your starseed family. When we feel a lack, we create that through what we like emotionally feel, right? And it was 1212 there on the recording. So they're saying, it's okay if you do long, if you want to be more cosmic than what your human capacity is right now. They're saying when you actually recognize how strong you are within your humanness and already within this connection to your starseed energy, it will only keep continuing to feel more and more like home, and not just longing for that place within your cosmic energy, if that makes sense. Like, they're saying it's all within us. Even if we haven't integrated our highest frequency, which we will always be connecting more and more to as we live our lives until we cross over, like, they're saying they don't want us to long or yearn or feel a hole in our hearts or in our frequency, because yes, that is the catalyst for us to be in more states of our frequency, but yet the transmission is mainly like, no, we're already there as we continue to move there in our journey, right? And I'm hearing the specific code. Akodomo dadi, akodomo chiyashi, akodomo toto, iananania kaudo, ukodomo toto. Okodonani akiyakado akodomo toto iashoko unoniti iniminia mokodo okodomo toto ikiyamokodomo iki idi idu udu ashiokodo okodomo toto asha uku nomo diatata ukodomo toto. So they brought me to this space beneath our heart space and where our solar plexus connect. And they're saying that this is the completion of reconnecting this overflow from our heart space into our crown, over and out to our feet and up through our lower being, our chakras. And it's reconnecting our confidence with our heart in this activated space of knowing that all possibilities are available to us, but remembering that there is no distinction between us and another, or our starseed connections and ourselves as a human. Like, it is reflective, it is all one. Beautiful. So I'm hearing too, it's like the beings that came through may not be the beings that came through for you. So really heed your intuition and what resonates and what you felt instinctively in your emotional intelligence and within your body. And I'm hearing if a lot of discomfort came up or you became aware of more things you may have been suppressing, then just be very gentle and maybe journal, write down what came up for you. Sit with it, maybe in meditation or connect with nature. Really just whatever you feel is right for you, totally do that. But yeah, I'm hearing there's more codes, but it's not time yet for these connective codes yet. So I definitely will be heeding my own personal intuition about when those are meant to come through. And I'd love to hear if you feel like sharing what came through for you or how this resonated. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a lot of shifting in my own system, more in my ears and my jaw as well too. Yeah, beautiful. All right. I love you all so much.